Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Stack of Opportunity. We're
Oh.
here. Oh, things got a little weird. A little bit weird. I don't know how or why, but we'll see if we can fix it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Welcome. I hope everybody's ready to play some D&D today and,
Yeah.
have some fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's been a minute, so yeah, I'm like ready to go.
Yeah, it's been far too long. I have missed you guys. I've missed you guys
Aw.
greatly. And I mostly am ready to, send you against evil and hopefully not kill you.
Yeah, hopefully we come back from evil.
Maybe. There's a chance.
Maybe.
All right, awesome. Cool. We'll call that good enough. Seems to have fixed the weirdness that we created somehow. All right. So, cool. So, what did we do last time we played D&D? Anybody remember?
Oh boy, you want the Mikey Olsen special where I just wing it?
Sure.
Always.
Sure. I know it's been like 2 weeks, and we don't have Emily today. She got sick, so she's out.
She's standing in the woods somewhere.
Yeah,
reading a book.
she's reading a book and holding her hand out like this. That's her thing.
Right.
It's just what she does.
Yeah. So we mostly deliberated, if I remember correctly. We strategized a bit as to what we actually had to still accomplish. And then there was like a sword, I think, and a book. And Strahd's invitation is coming up like tomorrow or the next day or some shit. I know it's real pressing.
I think it would essentially
And
be
that's
this
not all I
evening
remember,
from
really.
from where we're starting this. I think Strahd's invitation is essentially this evening. So yeah,
Yeah.
It's go time.
it's go time.
It's go
happening.
time.
It's happening right
We're
now.
not ready.
I hope you're all ready.
We're not ready.
Nope,
Yeah.
we are not ready.
Who knows?
I think we're gonna die.
Who knows? Yeah, you're probably gonna die. It's over.
Pretty sure we're dead.
The world is gonna come to an end. Cool. So let me kind of catch you guys up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
What, my version wasn't totally, informative?
no,
The
I think it
details
was.
were-
I think it was incredibly informative. You had a lot of good knowledge that I think was important. But
Anyway.
it's all in the details. So last time we played, you guys had just finished driving Babalai Saga's forces away from the Wizard of Wine's winery.
Yeah.
And you, at that point, met the family that ran the winery. Their name escapes me right now. Stand
Mardukov.
by. Yeah, the Mardukov family. Thank you.
Yep.
And so the Mardukov family kind of revealed to you that they were part of the Were-Ravens and that they wanted to help also destroy Strahd in your quest to retrieve wine to get the wine flowing more for the Blue Water Inn again. You got more wine from them. They just sent it to the Blue Water Inn. They were like, of course we'll help. Yeah, we got this wine on the way. And so you managed to do that, and then you're right. From there, it was a lot of kind of deliberation, trying to figure out what the way forward was. Ismark told you that he would help you take care of finding the sun sword, and he had already put some things in motion to make that happen.
Oh, didn't you fuck it up?
Yep, he did.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, I remember being mad at him now.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you guys also didn't you already have one? You had Ismark himself. He was the person you needed to take with you. And the other things were revealed to be in Castle Ravenloft itself, which is where the
Something like out of the
deliberate.
crypt. We're
Yep.
trying to
And
steal,
there are
like,
two things, right? There's a
bones or
holy
something.
symbol and a tome that we need. Is
Correct.
that correct?
That's correct.
Cool.
And
Cool.
so you began deliberating how to acquire these things. We can go over where they're located one more time.
It's probably wise.
Me
Mhm.
too.
So the symbol, you believe is you have been told by the Were-Ravens that it is buried with Queen Ravonia in the tomb underneath the castle Ravenloft, and the tome it has been a little bit more elusive in the description, as the only thing that you really have to go on is that the treasure lies in a dragon's house in hands once clean, now corrupted. That is all you really have to go on for the tome.
And we're assuming that's the castle.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you guys have jumped to that conclusion. Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the things you need, including Ismark and the sword that he has said he would retrieve for you.
But you fucked up.
So far.
Yeah, but Erwin said he was on it. He was looking into getting it back, right?
Yes. Ismark and Erwin were working on this together.
So that's good.
So we find ourselves having, on the back of a long rest, having defended the Wizard of Wine's winery, restored the wine shipments to the Blue Water Inn. We find ourselves waking up at the Blue Water Inn the day of your dinner with Strahd. You have one day to accomplish any tasks you need to accomplish before you make your way to Castle Ravenloft this evening.
We have to go shopping. We have to get fancy clothes.
You are in the town of Valakai.
Trey, the thing we talked about off stream with my armor.
Yeah.
Is this day enough time to do that?
Yes.
If not, it's fine. It
No,
is.
it
Okay.
absolutely is. It
Then
absolutely
that's what
is.
I'm doing.
It
That's what I'm doing
absolutely
today.
is enough time.
Sneaky.
I'm looking for a blacksmith that will allow me to use his forge.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, if you set out first thing in the morning to do this, do you tell the group you're going anywhere, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, I'd let them know.
Where
Yes.
are you going?
And my armor needs some upgrades.
Mm.
It's about that time.
Right. I'd look down at Annie's sword and I'd be like, man, I want that silver ring too. I'm also thinking, like, I wear heavy armor. I don't know what I'm wearing exactly right now. Chainmail. Is it possible for me to get a robe to go over my chainmail?
I was thinking that
A
as
robe?
well, for the same.
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find that here in Valakai. A robe to go over the chainmail.
Those are my two priorities: is getting a weapon silvered and finding a fancy robe, I guess.
Okay.
I'd also like to find some potions. I'm all out of healing potions.
Okay.
I never had one to begin with. I want to find Erwin and Ismark and see where they're at with this sword. And Rhiannon is going to help me.
Okay. Let's start with the blacksmithing.
I say we should all meet back here to coordinate on like what our next move is, but yeah.
Yeah. Give it a couple hours.
Right, so we
Do
can
that.
do our shopping as we need here.
Hey, Grower, will you pick up a robe for me and I'll pay you back?
Yeah.
I like blue.
Green, got it.
Brown. Very simple robes, unassuming.
Yeah, let's get you a sack.
It's burlap. It's great.
It only cost me
Very
25
useful.
gold.
Very useful. Yeah.
I'm blonde. I look good in anything.
All right. So heading out to the blacksmith, you find a blacksmith that is willing to allow you to use his shop for the day.
Nice.
You're creating this with wooden or metal spikes?
If I can do metal, I'm gonna go that route. But if I can't, I'm fine with wooden.
Yeah, let's go wooden. I think that's what it
Okay.
called for originally. Yeah.
Might not take as long.
No, but you do need to figure out a way to fashion them, and either rivets through the back into the wood or some other way to fashion them to the armor. But yeah. You
I'm so
can
excited for this.
you can spend a few hours managing to fasten all of this to your armor and figure out how you're going to put it on without stabbing yourself.
Right, that's gonna be the tough part. I definitely think that there's got to be a really cool 80s movie montage of growing with just a tank top and with a hammer and just and then sweating and taking a drink of water and then going for
Yeah, no.
putting the first spike through the armor and no, it doesn't quite work. He's going back. Yeah. And then the blacksmith is standing back and watching and nodding. I see what he's doing there. And he's gonna market this armor after we leave Barovia. He's gonna be the blacksmith that makes all the famous spiked armor.
So you.
So that's what I'm doing for a couple hours.
Yeah. You managed to finish. And you now have this armor, your former armor, which you've adorned on it. All of these wooden spikes from head to toe, just covered in wooden spikes that are about this
from
long?
neck to waist.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works. About this long? Okay.
Yep.
And so you have all these wooden spikes on your armor, and so you walk around like a giant, not even giant, like a little tiny, little spiked ball. Like a burr you'd find on the ground, only dwarf size.
You know what it is. I'm a porcunane.
No. No.
I'll allow it.
I won't.
I have no ruling
no
on
more hugging
porcunane.
Name?
No ruling on porcunane. Yeah,
There's going to be so much more hugging.
There's going to be so much more hugging. Violent hugging.
I'm very dangerous.
Dangerous. Just gone.
That's worse.
So, Dror went robe shopping.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gror went robe shopping. You find a tailor that has the robes you're looking for in a wide range of colors. Some of them have nice gold trim, some of them have silver trim, some of them have just like black piping down the sides. All of them, however, have the crest of Barovia on them. Kind of like a bad hotel.
The free robes that you get that aren't that free.
Man, so they don't have they all got this stupid symbol on them. I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know, does it?
I don't know, does it?
You're alone, man. It's your decision.
I'm like, this probably goes clear over Gror's head. Like, if there's some wrong context to this, I don't think he's aware of it. So yeah, I'd buy a nice looking one in like green and gold if they've got it for me.
Okay.
And one in like blue and gold for Ani.
All right. Yeah. No, and that'll cost you 12 gold pieces for the pair of them.
Rad.
Right. Just mark off 6. I'll mark off 6.
Super duper.
Boom. You got yourself some robes. And they're big enough to go over top of your plate. That was what you
I was
were
going to say,
looking
I'm
for,
assuming
right?
it'll fit around my stocking self.
Yeah, it makes you look a little rotund. You kind of look like the hunchback a little bit across the back. You got that bump back there from where it's kind of draping over the armor a little bit. But yeah, it works.
Cool. Then I guess my next goal is see if I can get a blacksmith to do probably I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring my warhammer in, but I could probably get a hand axe in. That's better than nothing. So yeah, I would probably try to seek out. I think one of the hand axes I have is fancier than the others, so I'd probably try to get that one.
Didn't you get one with a fancy it's like a
carved whip or something?
Yeah.
Checking my inventory. I think I wrote it down, or maybe it's in the notes.
But either way, you can totally find a blacksmith to take care of the silvering for you.
Cool.
And I mean, they can get it done this afternoon. Mostly because he's working during the day. But yeah. You will pay a premium for the rush order.
Sure.
That was gold.
But yeah, he can get the silvering for you for... Own it. About 100 gold pieces.
Cool. Very good.
All right. Bones.
Yeah, it's one hand axe with a blackened blade with a carved handle with like an elk scene, a hunting.
Yeah.
Elk being hunted.
And so now on the black blade is this nice bright silvered edge.
Nice.
Yeah. Bones. I
I
completely
need some potions.
forgot what you wanted to do. You wanted potions. That was it.
Yeah.
So kind of walking around town, you don't really get the sense that there's anywhere to buy potions.
Ooh.
There's a nice toy shop,
man.
What happened to our traveling pal? The guy.
That was in like Waterdeep, girl.
Right, but he's a traveling guy. I don't know his, delivery radius.
I don't know if
That's
he's
true.
Waterdeep.
You ultimately don't know you're in an ulterior plane of existence. But yeah.
Oh well.
Fucking spoilers.
Come on. You guys knew that already.
All right. Well, then I guess I won't buy any potions.
Yeah, there is a toy shop, though, if you're interested in the toy shop.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do they have scary toys?
Well, you walk in, and you see, as you walk in, above the door, just a wooden sign carved in a giant letter B. The letter B. Sorry, I didn't know if that came through.
The B for bones.
Yes.
This is my store. I own this place.
It is a cramped shop, which has a very dark entrance. The wooden sign is shaped like a rocking horse and has the B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance on both sides is two large lead-framed windows. And through the glass, you can see a bunch of toys just kind of spread around, jumbled around the display, and like placards hanging on all of them that say, "Is no fun, is no Blinksy."
Is no fun, is no Blinksy.
Yep.
I want to go into this place.
Okay.
Pretty sure Smeagol's gonna be in there.
I'm picturing like I feel like Bones is looking for like the toys in the Nightmare Before Christmas. Like the duck with the teeth.
You walk in the store and it's a jumbled mess of some of the weirdest things you've ever seen in your life that are made for children.
Like what Sid would bake in Toy Story.
Yes.
That's worse.
Strewn around the room just to get an idea of what's here. You see a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth sewed shut. You see a little miniature gallows complete with a trapdoor and a hanging man. You see a set
Is
of...
it a functional gallows?
Yes, it's completely functional. It's just toy size.
She's gonna spend all of her money.
My eyes are literally watering.
You see a wooden string mobile, like for hanging over a crib, only it's bats. You see a bunch of wooden nesting dolls. Each one gets the smaller each one gets, the older it gets, and the last doll is just a mummified corpse.
Oh my god, these sound great. Oh my gosh.
And there is a wind-up musical merry-go-round with a bunch of figures on it, and snarling wolves chasing the children.
Nice.
Instead of prancing horses, it's just wolves chasing children. And so then there's a ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd. And there's a doll that looks remarkably like Irina.
Oh no! Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
So all of this is just kind of spread throughout the whole place. And behind the counter is a rotund man wearing a blue and green outfit with a jester cap. On his shoulder is a monkey wearing a mask. And he kind of looks up and he says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
I approach him and I repeat, "Oh, I own this place. I own this place. This is mine."
He looks at you kind of confused for a moment. He says, I don't believe so. I believe Blinksy owns this place.
Oh, see, I thought the B stood for my name, not someone else's name.
Oh, no. Stands for Blinksy. That's me.
Great.
Weird.
You could have
Okay.
talked him out of his shop if you really tried.
I want to buy some shit from this dude. I'm trying to think of functional things. Is there anything that like winds up and moves?
Oh yeah, yeah. And he
Like
reaches under
moves
the
forward, like walks.
Yeah. He reaches under the counter and he pulls out the a set of essentially chattering teeth. But as far as you can tell, it's a real like skeleton's mouth, just like put back together with a spring. And then he pulls out what would be one of those monkeys with the clapping things. Only instead of a monkey with a clapping thing, it's a child slamming two heads together.
Ah!
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude.
Both of them move forward.
That's so metal.
I will take the teeth.
The teeth. Okay. He looks at it and he goes, 4 copper pieces.
I'll take 3.
I only have the one. It's unique. No one else will have one.
Well, if you end up making some more,
Can you buy the whole shop?
hit
Well,
me up.
I could probably make some more, but I need more skulls.
Yeah,
Oh my
man,
God.
you do. I agree.
You could totally be this guy's business partner.
I also think I need the creepy Irina doll.
Oh, well, that's not for sale. I'm sorry. That's a special order for Count Strahd.
Oh, I really don't like it.
What is Count Strahd paying you?
Oh, I really
Well, I
don't.
don't know that he would want me to say that.
Oh, no, I didn't want you to say that. That's funny. I'll pay you more if I can. I really want that doll. And I take out Mama, and I show Lacey Mama.
His eyes get really wide, and he goes, "Oh, golly, can I see this?"
Nope.
All right.
I'm going to hold her, but you can look at her.
It's pretty amazing. How are you holding it all together?
Lots of different things, like wire, and sometimes
muscle.
sometimes there's like, some, I don't know, some stuff that I don't really know, man. It just kind of comes together, string and stuff.
Well,
It's not very sturdy.
String
She's
and
very delicate. That's why you can't hold her.
This is a thing of beauty. I
Thank
could
you.
only
See, I
dream of
appreciate-
making something like this.
Yeah, I appreciate things of beauty in this nature. That's why I like that doll so much, you see. So it means so much more to me than it would to Count Strahd.
And at this point,
Can I like make it like charisma or like persuasion?
yeah, you can make a persuasion, but while you do, you notice that he suddenly looks incredibly distressed.
Uh-oh. Well, shit. 5.
5.
Nope.
5. He looks and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think the Count would be very upset with me if I gave you that doll."
Yeah, he has a temper.
That's putting it lightly.
Do you know why he requested that doll, or like what kind of doll it is? Like, did you make that?
Oh yeah, I made it. But I generally don't question the Count when he asks me for things. It's not wise.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do with the rest of that information. I guess I don't get to take this really cool doll. I put
I'm
Mama
sorry.
away.
I can make you another one, but it'll be a few weeks.
Well, see, it would be something I would need for tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Do you have anything that might be dangerous or could be weaponized?
I don't
anything dangerous.
I don't make weapons. And as you look around, you see like teddy bears that have their hands replaced with knives and like crap like that all over the place. He goes, I don't make weapons.
not in the traditional sense.
I make toys. These are fun. The children love them.
Do they?
Oh, if it ain't Blinksy, it's no fun.
Shoot. Well, I mean, what kind of... I don't know. I want to steal this doll so bad, but there's no way I'm going to be able to steal this doll right in front of this dude.
Be difficult, at least. Yeah.
I bet you can trade him for Mama.
I don't know if the thought of that would ever even occur to Bones.
That's
Like the
legit.
idea of like ever not having Mama would never occur to her.
Right.
I don't know, can I knock this guy out? I don't want to kill him. I like him.
Good luck.
He's a nice guy. I just want to steal from him. So I take my teeth.
I mean, this is definitely some table talk, but you'll have a lot easier chance stealing it than you will trying to knock him out. I'm pretty sure of that.
Right. Okay, well I'm gonna thank him. I'm gonna scoop up the teeth and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna look around your shop for a little bit. There's so much to look at.
Oh yeah, by all means. Let me know if you find something else interesting.
Oh God, I want you to put the mouth in Mama and wind it up, and so it looks like she's just talking.
And also, like, her body is being dragged behind her
by her head.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, that's disturbing. It's so disturbing.
So I'm looking at all these wares. I'm taking my time. I find them all fascinating and amazing, I am sure.
You see a snow globe. You see a snow globe that's just a pile of skeletons that when you shake it up, they just start dancing.
Oh shit! She does love a good skeleton,
especially dancing.
Okay. All right. So where is this
bed.
doll in relation to where he is at the register?
It's like behind him on a counter. Like he's working at, like, his workbench is right next to like where you were talking to him, and so it's like behind him on a counter. Like it's a finished product that he's just waiting to deliver.
Okay. I see the snow globe. I nonchalantly nudge it and make it fall to the floor.
Oh, okay.
Just like a cat.
Hold on 1 second.
Look you in the eye.
All right. It breaks when it hits the floor. Just shatters across the floor. There's bones and things everywhere. She goes, oh, no worry about that. No one's gonna buy it anyway. I'll clean it up in a minute.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize profusely. I walk over to the register and I give him some more copper pieces.
Oh, well, you didn't have to. Thank you. And he reaches under the register and he pulls out this doll head that is incomplete. It's missing both its eyes and has no nose, but its mouth, it just kind of flaps like this. And he's like, I plan to use this for something, but maybe you can. I don't know. He hands it to you.
Yeah, man, for sure. I definitely take that. Okay, so is he like making moves to like go grab a mop from a back closet or any business?
No, he's still working on the thing he was working on at the counter.
I'll get in a second.
Shit. Well, crap. I guess I don't want to abandon this plot. This is fun. God,
you're gonna get us driven out of town from this place that we can't leave.
All right, I think that I'm not meant to steal this fucking doll. I'm gonna. Trey is nodding.
No, I'm bouncing. You can keep trying. I'm good. Like I'm just sitting here bouncing.
Okay, yep. After I like do the whole transaction for the weird doll head that is missing things and whatever. I keep walking around the store and I pick back up where I left off, which was near the snow globe. And I again nonchalantly cut myself on some of the glass pieces. Ow! And there's just blood, just like kind of right in this area, just like dripping down my hand, down my arm.
Oh my.
Okay.
And I look back at Blinksy and I kind of gesture,
He
Do you
looks
have
at,
any rags or anything?
yeah, he just kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, well, that's no fun." And he goes and he gets a couple rags and he walks over to you and he says, "Yeah, let me help." And he puts pressure on it. He says, "Hold that there for a minute," and you hold it. And then he walks back behind the counter and gets some glue. And walks back to you with the glue and suggests that we glue the wound.
Terrific idea. Yeah, let's. Sure. She holds her arm out and allows him to glue her arm.
Yeah, so he just starts slapping glue on there, just like painting it on your arm. He says, I'm definitely no doctor, but this will work.
Oh, yeah, gosh, thank you so much. Maybe we should clean up this glass, huh?
Yeah, don't want anyone else to get hurt. That's no fun. And he goes and he gets a mop and a broom and stuff. And
okay, while he goes to do that,
okay,
I want to like super fast rogue my ass over to behind the counter and shove that doll down my pants.
That's a weird statement. I don't know why, but yes. Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
You don't know why?
I know why.
28.
28.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. You rogued your way over there without a problem. Without problem. You rogued the shit out of that doll. And then while you're just roguing over there, let's do sleight of hand just to see if you can pull it without making a giant disturbance.
21.
Yeah, no, yeah, you rogued the crap out of that doll. You now have Irina in your pants.
Great. I take the other things that he's given me, both the walking teeth and the doll head with the flappy mouth. And I say, well, gosh, Blinksy, I really should go and get this looked at by my healer back at my camp. So I'm going to go. You've been wonderful. I love you so much. Goodbye. And I fucking
She
run
says,
out.
oh, yeah, no worries. I hope you had fun.
I love you, Blinksy. Bye-bye. And I just go.
Okay.
Like weird kindred spirits. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you could be his business partner.
I really like that dude. That's a good dude. Okay, so after all that excitement, sorry that took up.
No, I don't care. I don't care. You guys are good. You're good. That's fun.
I meet back
fun.
up with my people.
All right.
And I've put that flapping doll head without the eyes.
Okay.
I've put that like a string through her doll head holes, and I'm wearing it as a necklace.
So it's just like dangling with
the mouth is
with
just
the string.
flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
She like comes in and I'm like mid conversation, all like, hey, but holy shit!
You guys know those kids in pictures of like Disney World and Disneyland where they're like red faced and sweaty, and they look like they're like they've eaten way too much sugar and they're on cocaine. I have a very similar look about me. That was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
All right. So do you tell anyone else you have the Irina doll?
Yeah, well, Ani. I approach Ani and I tell her that we need to talk, but it has to be in private. It has to be soon. It has to be everybody.
Okay.
right.
Well, Gloria name should be back soon, I hope. Rhiannon's here too, by the way.
Okay, we'll pause that. We'll pause that and then like rewind time slightly to when Ani was doing her thing. So
Yeah.
what were you going to do? You need to remind me again. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to talk to Ismark and Erwin and get an update on the sword.
Ah, word. Yeah, no, that's easy. So you were just hanging out at the inn the whole time anyway.
Yeah, and then I have one more quick thing I want to do, but that won't take long at all.
Okay. So you make your way downstairs in the morning. Ismark. Why did I lose his name? Ismark and Erwin. Thank you. God, thank you. I'm terrible with this. I'm the worst DM ever. So Erwin's standing there behind the barkeep counter, barkeeping, and says, "Oh, hi. How can I help you today?"
Morning. Do you guys have a minute?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Can we talk like in your little secret room? I just,
He kind of looks around for a second. He says, "Come with me." So you all go back there.
Yep, and I like grab Ismark by like his
Yeah,
shoulder.
you go
'cause I'm
through
still
the back
pissed at
room.
him.
You go through the secret wall in the back room. You're now seated around the big raven table.
Okay, dinner is tonight, and we don't have the sword or the tome or anything that we need. Any updates on the sword? Any leads here? We're kind of in crunch time here, guys.
Erwin looks up and he says, "We'll have the sword by mid-afternoon. As
Mid-afternoon.
far as I
Okay.
can tell, it's already in our possession. It just needs to get here."
Okay. Do you need anything from me? Is there anything I can do to help?
No, we will make sure the sword is in your possession before you leave for dinner tonight.
Okay. Okay. I think we've already figured out everything we need about the tome and the holy symbol.
Ismark kind of
Oh, ah.
chimes in and he says, I'm to be going with you this evening. Is that correct?"
Yes. I don't know if the Count wants you there or not. I don't really care. I want you there. We need you.
He kind of sighs heavily and he says, "Under no circumstances are we to give him my sister.
Absolutely.
She cannot."
Unless she's a really creepy doll.
She cannot fall into his hands. We will never get her
No,
back.
and no. We'll keep her here. She'll be safe with Erwin and everyone. Hopefully this will be over by the night.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. That was faster than I thought it was going to be.
No worries.
Well, okay, so the other thing I wanted to do, I realized I don't need a robe because I was looking through my inventory and I have fine clothes. So I want to go try them on.
Oh,
and, like,
I thought you said...
see if I can.
Never mind. Okay, yeah, you're good. Go.
So I want to take my clothes that don't have the tacky symbol on them, and see if I can fashion a way to like subtly wear my armor with them, if possible.
Yeah, you can wear a mix of your armor and the fine clothes, where your breastplate's probably on top, but you have the nice dress and robes kind of sprouting out.
Yeah, I come from like a warrior family. Like, that's not unheard of.
Okay.
Awesome. And I stick I have a dagger and I stick it like in the belt. And like I've got my sword too, but I've also got the dagger out.
All right.
And I like unbraid my hair and kind of make it a little fancier. Like, I know how to do fancy.
I do fancy.
So when
I know how to fancy.
Yeah.
by the time I meet back up with Ani, and she's like, "Well, Grower and Nate aren't back quite yet." Can I like take note of her dress, and then like look at her and like look down at what the fuck ever Bones is wearing right now? You know, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And like kind of look knowingly back at Ani.
yeah.
Take me shopping.
Do you want to go?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Rhiannon, you want to come too?
Yes.
Rhiannon says, yeah.
I just think that like Bones would have no idea what to put on her body for this fancy ass meeting.
Yeah, and Ani would know.
Yeah, you guys
I don't
are able to track down.
So we
fancy
go and, like,
clothes.
do that.
Yeah, you're able to track down fancy clothes. No problem. No problem. You meet a nice tailor named Gustav.
Gustav?
He sets you up just fine.
Gustav, help them, please.
Help them.
Help them. And then we do another montage, and it's like the shopping montage, and I'm just sitting there like, no. And
Just
then
coming
like,
out of the
yeah.
dressing room, trying stuff on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we got it.
An
And
episode of montages.
so you all end up back at the Blue Water Inn sometime around mid-afternoon, and Erwin and Ismark get your attention and motion you into the back room. There, the Raven Cave. That's what we'll call it. The Raven
The
Cave.
Waving Cave.
The Waven
The
Wave.
Raven Cave.
Yep.
It reminds me of Delphine's secret room in Riverwood.
And so
Like Skyrim.
y'all end up in the Raven Cave. And you're talking.
I
And,
just say to Nain, you look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the
fucking
dwarf
shit.
now
I
is
like it.
just a puffball of wooden spikes attached to metal armor.
I go up to one of the spikes and I like tip, bling,
It's
and I
sharp.
look at him and I say, you could have made these out of bone.
Mm.
I didn't have that much extra bone.
Next time, pro tip.
And
Like,
I
you know,
wheel her around.
Like
and
that actually
steer
sounds like a
her-
good idea. I would rock.
Man,
totally
I don't know.
with
This is a
spike
practical
armor.
use for that. It's weird. I don't
think
really-
Morden would be down with that, but I'm pretty into that.
And I grab her by the shoulders and I steer her inside. Bones.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
All right. So Erwin and his mark sit there, and laying on the table, wrapped in a purple cloth, is the sun sword.
You did it!
Nice.
Nice.
He didn't
And-
totally botch it then. He only partially botched it.
He didn't get the strike, but he got a spare.
Something like that.
Bowling.
Hold on.
What's bowling mean?
Wait a minute.
Is that like a dwarf thing?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I learned it from the gnomes.
Can
All
I take it out of the wrapping and like look at it?
Yes, you may. So, the sword is beautiful. It is a leather wrapped handle on a steel hilt with a blue jewel set into the center of the hilt. The hilt is actually what appears to be maybe bursts of flame. The steel is shaped into these bursts of flame that come off of it. And the blade seems to just glow with this bright sunlight. That's the only way it can really be explained. The beauty of this sword is somewhat entrancing.
It's a nice sword.
As soon as you grab it,
Well, I haven't grabbed it yet. I just wanted to unwrap it.
oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Because we haven't discussed who's going to carry this thing.
This is true.
I think there's more than one of us capable of
This
using
is true.
it.
Unless there's a
Is it-
sun. Unless there's
For
a sun
practical
axe.
purposes, you need proficiency with a long sword, but I think all of you are proficient with a long sword.
Rogue might not be.
Not all, and I doubt the wizard is.
Okay,
Rhiannon is almost certainly not.
there you go.
But the paladin who currently uses a long sword definitely does.
Right. Yeah.
I figured
Nane will
it's
say.
cleric and-
Nane will say, unless it's an axe, I'm not going to use it. Stick with what I've got.
Roar.
I'm fine. I got my little fancy axe here. That's more decorative than lethal. So if she wants to go for the longsword, I suppose that's fine with me.
I mean, I currently use one. I could just use a better one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd keep it in the sheath though, because I suspect Strahd maybe doesn't want us to bring
Oh,
this stuff
yeah.
up there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't
Figure
care
it
if
out.
you do.
So now you pick it up.
Now I touch it. Now I grab it.
All right, so you pick up the sword, and as you reach for it, you know the blade just kind of vanishes. But as you grab the hilt, all of a sudden, a blade of light shoots out of the hilt, and you see the sunblade return once again.
Oh God, it's a lightsaber.
It's much like a lightsaber.
Changed my mind. I want it.
Much like a lightsaber.
No, takes me back, thieves.
Yeah.
You grab it and you suddenly feel this warm elation run from the hand holding the sword all the way through your body. You feel this great excitement, and your sudden motivation is nothing but to kill Strahd.
Mm.
And you are incredibly happy about this task.
You guys, this sword is amazing.
Sweet.
I'm like,
That's
that seems
very
like a
cool.
curse.
That's.
I'll take
Picked
it
up
for
a
now.
sword. You picked up a sword. Now you feel different. Like, yeah, that's a classic sign of a curse right there.
Is this
But
the
it's a
Curse of
happy
Strahd?
curse.
It's
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy. I don't care.
Today you're happy. Yeah, we'll see. See how
Yeah,
that
we'll deal
goes.
with it later.
What happens once you kill Strahd?
We'll cross that bridge when we get
So-
there.
Yeah.
Why are you asking these questions right
Good.
now?
Good question. All right, so let me give you some practical notes about this.
Yeah, please do.
It does radiant damage.
Oh.
It
Makes
has
sense.
finesse.
Oh shit!
Cool.
It's an option to do finesse,
Is
or
finesse optional? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Yeah,
optional.
finesse. I think is you
Finesse
can use
is
it with one or two
optional.
hands.
Yeah.
And you
No.
choose.
Oh, I thought finesse was you can use your dex instead
You
of
can
your
use your
strength.
deck.
Right.
That's what
It's optional. Like you can either use
It's
strength
optional.
or dex.
Oh thank God, 'cause my deck's shit.
Replace damage type. Damage coming. Yeah, sweet. Good times.
Does it like add anything? Like, so does only radiant instead of slashing, or it does slashing and radiant?
It does radiant instead of slashing. Other than that, it appears to be mostly a longsword, but the damage is magical.
Cool. Is it a D8?
Yes.
Cool.
So we're like all sitting around this table.
Do I have to attune to it?
Yes. You can't be attuned to something else while you have it, but you don't have anything else that requires attunement, do you?
No.
Yep, you're good then.
This thing in D&D Beyond it looks like. I'll add it. I'm gonna add it.
I think it is. I'm trying to. I don't see any other properties. Oh, you get a +2 bonus to your attack and damage rolls,
Dope.
Sweet.
Well, I'm gonna attune to that shit.
and it's a 1d8. Yep, that's all that it is.
So Irina's not there. She's
While you
not
guys are doing this,
She's.
while you guys are doing this,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
attune
she
to
is. She's kind of hanging out in the room. She's aware of everything that's going on. She's in the Blue Water Inn, staying in the Blue Water Inn. So she's been present for all of these meetings. She's just not really participating, as she's just kind of along for the ride.
Okay, and remind me what family members of hers are in here.
Ismark.
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 Ismark and Irina are here, but yes, Ismark.
Okay.
Her brother.
Are they together right now?
I mean, Ismark is seated around the table. Irina's kind of off to the side.
Great. I'm gonna go up to Ismark.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, like tap on his shoulder.
Excuse me.
And say, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I pull this doll out of my pants. Not weird.
Oh my God. Have you just been waddling around with this doll in your pants? Like we went
Yes, inside my
shopping.
fancy clothes.
Like we went shopping.
Yeah.
It's a safe place to carry something.
Yeah, she wasn't going to let that thing out of her pants.
No. So anyway, I present him with this doll.
Okay.
And I say,
he looks at it and he says, "Why do you have this?"
Count Strahd had this made for him. I stole it from the person who made it for him. But he was supposed to pick it up today.
reaches out for it and do you give it to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He looks at it and he says, "Blinksy made this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. I like him. But I stole this from him because he said that Count Strahd was going to pick it up tonight, and I didn't think that that was a good idea.
This is troubling indeed.
I don't know what it does or what it means, but I feel like it's safer in our hands than in Count Strahd's hands.
Hang on. I'm gonna look at the thing. Maybe Rhiannon has something useful. She doesn't. Never mind.
So.
No, never mind. She didn't do anything.
He continues looking at the doll and he says, "I don't show this to Irina." And he hands it back to you.
No, I don't want it. Wait, why do I have it?
Okay.
He gives
Can
it back to me?
Can Rhiannon take a look at it and see if there's anything like magical about this doll? It doesn't have a spell, but can she just look at it?
Yeah, she looking at it. It just looks like a normal doll. It's well crafted. A little creepy, but it's a doll.
That's not magic. That's just is.
Yep,
that just is.
That
Right?
just is. Okay, so she gives it back and she's like, "Well, the good news is there doesn't appear to be any magical essence about it, so it doesn't appear to have any kind of direct connection to Irina that I can tell."
Is there a fireplace?
Yeah. No, there's a fireplace in the room you're in. At the the table. So like the table's here. The fireplace would be across the room over here. Fire's going. It's warm. It's nice.
Should I
Far
burn this
cry
thing,
from the
you
rest
guys?
of the bro.
I feel
I
like
don't-
this item should not exist. Like I feel like this is definitely a voodoo doll. If I burn it, will she burn? That's
Yeah,
not gonna be
that's
good.
actually what I was concerned about. Says Rhiannon because Ani is attuning to a sword.
Okay, so I take it back from Ms. Mark, and I don't put it back down my pants, but I do secure it with my belongings.
I mean, that's
Don't
good to say because before it was in your pants.
Yeah. I put it with the rest of my things, and I pack it away so that like if I were carrying it with the rest of my things, Irina wouldn't just be able to see like a random face that looks like hers sticking out from my things.
Right.
Like it's packed away.
It's very tactful of you, Bones.
Bones, I see myself in your pants.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
nice.
Hey, Irina.
Hey, Irina.
She's not into Strahd.
Yeah. I guess like that's it. I mean, I also show the rest of my party. I show them and I let them know about this doll.
Yeah, that's alarming for sure.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Do you feel like you may have just signed the death warrant for Binksy?
I say, did you tell us how you came across this thing, or did you just declare that you bought it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty
please
sure
show us the teeth as well.
like I don't think it would occur to her that that was a dangerous thing to do. It just she knew Irina, and Irina had been nice to her, and she needed to steal the Irina doll.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, I'm actually This is
So
pretty-
yeah, I mean, yeah, she explains what she did. She explains that she knocked over the snow globe, and then he was like, "I'll take care of that in a second." So she walked back over to it and cut herself. And she like rolls her eyes like it was like some big to do that like she had to make a big old scene for him to do something about it.
It was a big to do.
And when he went to, go do stuff, she rolled a 28. And you are all very impressed.
Mm. Mm.
Taniki.
Anyway, yes, I do explain how I got it.
Okay. Yeah. So.
So
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna say that I'm done attuning to the sword now.
Sure.
So it's been like what, an hour?
Yeah, give or take. You guys
What time is
notice
it now?
out the window that it's starting to grow dark.
Shit.
So how do we
And
get
the
to this
evening is
castle?
fast approaching.
Yeah, let's start to strategize.
Well, so hey, I have in my notes from last week, says Chelsea, not Ani. We have the possibility of smuggling ourselves into the castle using that wine cart.
Uh-huh.
Because we need to get down, somehow we need to get down into the Queen Ravonia's tome.
Right.
Right. Are we trying to like get everything before
Yeah.
dinner, during dinner? We're just going to go put on a happy face during dinner and then pretend that we leave and don't? What timeline are we looking at here?
Is there a specific time that we're supposed to meet him, Trey?
Probably soon if it's starting to get dark.
Yeah, it was like 7 p.m. Let's call it 7 p.m. He said dinner, which is just like evening.
We should probably start thinking about making our way up there.
Can like maybe one or two of us smuggle in on the wine cart?
Maybe. We do have Ismark, who's not technically invited, so we might be able to like send him on recon.
I was gonna say, yeah, we should send Ismark in the cart. Because
And
I get the
Rhiannon.
feeling that this is going to be a fairly like well-organized affair, and they're going to be expecting the party of all of our people to show up. And if
Mhm.
two of us are just absent and it's the sneaky one, they're going to be like, yeah, something's suspect there,
All right.
I think we may have to save face, kind of, or we'll play it by ear. If we get a chance to sneak off, we can groovy, but I suspect we'll be under fairly close watch for most of this.
Rhiannon
If
pipes
he's
up and
the
says,
boss and we're going to his fancy dinner, like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
I
hey
don't think he wants
Ismark,
folks around.
hey Ismark, I can turn you invisible if you want to sneak away during dinner and maybe do some recon.
I could do that. What do you need me to do?
A little bit easier. We need to find. I mean, if you can get them, great. Even if you can just find the location, we need to find that holy symbol and the tome. And the holy symbol, we believe, is buried with the queen, but we don't know where like her tomb is, other than under the castle.
Okay.
And the tome, something about a dragon.
In a dragon's
Something about
house,
a dragon.
enhance once clean, now corrupted. I
Yeah,
think is the-
exactly. Something about a dragon.
Okay.
yeah.
I can
So
definitely
we
help
don't
you with
really
that.
know anything about that. Maybe the cellar is the easiest access to Queen Ravonia's burial location. So like if he hitches a ride with the wine cart and they offload the wine into the cellar, then he'll be closer to where she'd be buried, I would assume.
I don't know. Maybe she's in like a graveyard that's not anywhere near the cellar.
Well, they said
Well,
under the
they
castle,
said-
right?
Because
Under
he
the
built the
castle is
castle
part of
for
the-
his mother.
Yeah,
So
well, I
he's
mean,
pretty
so
safe.
then maybe the crypt may or may not be attached. But I mean, theoretically, you'd be lower. Yeah, that's.
Right.
I don't know if they're like connected conveniently,
Connected.
Right.
but yeah, I think basically we're gonna have to try to save face a little, and I think the chances of us hacking and slashing our way out of here are fairly unlikely. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to scope it out though. I mean, see what the guard situation looks like and just how evil this Strahd motherfucker is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Based on what we've heard, he's pretty bad.
Right.
Okay. So we're thinking like, again, I just want to do a timeline so I know what we're doing. So we're gonna go up for dinner. Rhiannon's gonna turn Ismark invisible, which she can do for an hour.
Can Ismark come with us for dinner if he wasn't invited?
I don't know.
Probably not.
You don't have any reason to believe he can't.
I don't.
Why? I mean, how long does the invisibility spell last?
An hour.
Hmm.
Maybe he could like, or somebody, anybody even could like fake sickness during the dinner and then I don't know, go sneak away.
Like a sitcom. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's safe to have us just roll up with Ismark with us. I mean, unless I'm overthinking that. What do you guys think?
Say it again.
I'm not sure if it's a smart idea to have Ismark just roll up with us when we arrive
No.
for dinner.
Yeah, I totally agree. If we're bringing
Yeah, I
Ismark, we should try to sneak him in somehow.
Okay.
All right.
Especially
So-
because isn't Ismark Irina's brother, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And Strahd's got some kind of weird vampire boner for her. So like, if we just show
Absolutely
up with
has a
her
vampire
brother,
boner.
Hence,
like that's not
The doll.
great, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Real big vampire boner.
And will there be people back here guarding Irina?
Yeah, we're leaving her
she's
with
with the
what's his
werewolves.
name?
yeah, we're leaving it with the Wavens.
Okay.
So well,
Um,
The Werewolves.
I guess
Leaving
he,
here.
we should have Rhiannon cast invisibility on Ismark before we approach the castle.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That gives
And
him an
maybe-
hour.
Yeah, he just comes in with us invisibly. That-
Or in the cart, maybe? Is that a way?
Visibly.
Did we establish that the wine cart we have already makes shipments to Castle Strahd?
I think we did.
it does.
That's like the score. I say, yeah, that doesn't pan out with making him invisible, though, probably. Because if we send him in the wine cart, who knows how long it'll take for the wine cart to get through? Or like if she casts a spell on him before we put him in the wine cart and then we travel there, like I don't know how far.
No, I was planning on just us traveling there, not putting him in the wine cart. I was thinking either like smuggling in or doing invisibility,
Sure.
one or the other.
Okay.
So like we all travel up together and I don't know. Like
I don't
as
know,
we
I feel
get
like
closer.
I feel like invisibility might be the way to go. Just because then he can, like, if he sneaks in with the wine cart and they just, they drop all the inventory off in the cellar or whatever, and he ends up down there and that's not connected to anything except like the kitchen, which is where people are definitely going to be because they're cooking us food.
Mhm.
Then he's stuck in the cellar with nowhere to go. Whereas if he's invisible and he comes in with us, he can figure out where to go. And by the time the invisibility wears off, hopefully he'll be in a quiet, private spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You have an hour to hide yourself. Like, hide yourself well.
Well, he's got to find a crypt and a secret
Yeah.
book and a tome, and neither of which we know where they are. So, I mean, yeah, it's a tricky proposition for old Ismark anyway. Anyways, like I said, I think you make a good point though about if he can get in invisible, that's probably going to be better for our chances of him finding these secret places.
Yeah, I mean, even if he can just like find the locations, because they might be a little tricky to get. I have no idea. Because then we have to figure out like we're gonna have to meet up with him.
Right. So I think that's something else is, is there some kind of
Like
secret...
he's going to have to be escaped. He's going to have to be out of there.
Caw? Did you just caw?
Yeah, like, when he's found the things, there's ravens everywhere. This is fine. He can just caw and no one will know any different. But no, like we are
So
gonna
if
have
we-
to meet up with him
so
somehow.
If we hear a raven, then we know that he's in trouble.
Exactly. That can't go wrong.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, we are gonna have to like figure out like once he's collected these things for us, how we meet up with him, I guess.
He can't be seen in the castle.
Well, okay.
So it's like he's got to either find them and get out, or get them and get out, or get out. Because if he becomes visible inside the castle, now his job is way, way more difficult.
Right.
All right, Ismark.
Yeah.
Ismark at this point kind of looks around and he goes, What if I come and found you after I found either the tome or the symbol?"
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad, but I'm getting the feeling we need the full house if we're gonna smack this bitch around.
Maybe, but
having 1 out of 2 gives us might.
if I brought you one or the other, then you'd at least fare a better chance while I search for the last.
That's
So
true.
you're saying we attack him while you continue to search?
Well,
It's an option.
yeah. Maybe if we're nice, he'll invite us back for a second time and we'll be more prepared.
Yeah, also an option. Just, could be a weekly dinner party thing. Maybe you're just friends. Do a game night.
Perfect. Yeah.
Game night with Strahd sounds like a good time. Not bad.
I'd watch
Sounds
that.
like it sucks. Vampire.
Vampire.
Oh,
It sucks 'cause
vampire
he's a
humor. Oh
vampire.
my god.
Oh, I can't even. Jeez.
All right, so you guys are going to hide Ismark in the wagon. You're going to cast invisibility on him shortly before you get inside the gates of the castle. And then he is going to sneak around looking for either the holy symbol or the tome while you guys do your dinner party.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess so.
We have
Yeah.
not concluded the plan that is going to take place at the end of this. So,
Nope.
Part 2 is.
I think we can fly by the seat
part
of
two.
our
Part
pants
2
with
is
that part.
is improvised. Is that what I'm gathering?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
I'm hoping that we
boy.
don't have to fight him.
Right.
Okay.
So if we can get that option, that's probably good.
The
But
no fighting option.
I'm hoping.
I
Here's
suspect
my
it's going to
ideal
boil down to a fighting
plan.
option based on our crew and like disaster games or whatever,
We are the disaster party.
disaster
And
party.
the fact
right?
that
Yeah.
Nain is, hit first, ask questions never.
Always works out.
And I did specifically prepare a weapon for this too, so I'm pretty sure Grower is itching to get the chance to swing it at somebody,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hang on, I'm getting my spells ready.
All right.
Yeah. Something I forgot also is that Warhammers are much smaller than I think they are.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
Warhammer weighs 2 pounds, which is the same as what my hand axe weighs. It's just like a stick with like a pointy end and a flat end on it. It's like a big hammer, basically.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge like.
It's like
I mean, I call
it's
it
like a
really
it's like a
like-
light
yeah.
it's like if you made like a nail hammer, just larger with
Just
a
kinda longer.
with a
Yeah, a longer
spike
shaft.
instead of the pry bar on
shaft.
the backside of it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I probably could have gotten away with getting the Warhammer in here in hindsight, but oh well. Got the sweet hand axe.
All right.
It's cooler.
So sweet.
All right.
Hey Trey.
Yeah.
Before we leave for dinner, I do want to take out this cloth I have and my basilisk poison I have, and I want to just go ahead and apply some of that sweet, sweet poison to my rapier.
Yeah, poison that
Mm.
rapier. Poison that
I don't-
rapier.
I don't know what kind of effect that
I
will
don't either. We're going to find out together right now.
Okay.
Hope you're ready. It's going to be sweet.
And I have I have 2 vials of basilisk poison. I don't know how much this process takes for a rapier. A rapier is pretty thin, so I don't know.
Okay.
You can decide that too.
Probably 1 vial.
Come on.
It's usually how D&D math goes.
Oh, yo, hey, no, hey, no, don't show me this again. Okay. Okay.
I feel like this is one of the realest D&D experiences for anyone ever. Is the pause
Yeah,
to look up
the
rules
pause to
for
look up a
something
rule.
that someone
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I
No,
totally
that's
zoned
cool.
out while you guys were
This
looking
is-
through it and
this
read
is-
through all of the stats for my new sword.
This is absolutely a
It's
thing.
a
This is
pretty
how
dope
this
sword.
is how D&D works. People don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I'm going to take this opportunity while Trey's looking this up to remind everybody about the giveaway that we're doing. Once we reach 100 followers on Twitch, we're going to give away a hard copy PHB and a set of dice to one of our followers randomly. You do have to be a follower to be entered into this, so make sure that if you're watching us on Twitch, go and up to the little heart and click that, and you'll be a follower of ours, and then you'll be able to be entered into that drawing for a free PHB and dice.
Nice.
Do that.
Nice. Once we hit 100, we're gonna do that random drawing. So the quicker we get there, the quicker you could have your PHB.
How about
Okay.
that?
About that how?
About that how.
All right, Colleen, the poison. On a successful attack,
Yes, sir.
they have to make a fortitude save.
Okay.
DC is 18.
Shit.
And
pretty
then for every 1 round, for 6 rounds, they lose 1d3 con.
Shit, that's amazing.
Also, while you're writing that down, I want to say thanks to Grim Blackheart for the follow. He
up?
heard our little pitch about the PHB and joined. Get some friends to join, and you might be getting that PHB. Thanks, Grim Blackheart.
Thanks, Grim.
1d3 Constitution.
Per round. The save happens every round. They can
Per-
make the save every round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
I mean, does that is that for the first time I attack with that sword? I guess I don't
Yes.
know if that.
Yeah.
poison
Sorry. Once
wears off.
once you make contact with the sword, the poison is off the sword. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Good deal.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So y'all are gonna head out for the castle.
Fucking guess so, man.
Yeah.
Fake it to make
Wait.
it.
Real quick before we go. So, Ismark, you're going to find us after you find one of the items, whichever one you find first. Where are you going to come find us? You can't just barge into the dining room.
It's a good point.
Because now we're back to how are we going to find you? Does anybody have a message?
Anybody have ideas? Yep. Taking ideas from the group.
I've never been to Castle Strahd, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I suggested caw and you guys laughed. So.
That's
I
true.
mean-
We did laugh at Kaka.
Yeah, I don't have anything that would aid in that, unfortunately.
Nobody has message, something like that. Emily have message?
Well, it's not in the spells that she gave me. I mean, we did a long rest, so I could include
She does have.
it.
Yeah. We could change her prepared spells if we need to.
Oh, well then I might have something in my known list that could help here.
I don't have here. Let me look at my PHB. Because if she can just cast it, I'm going to switch her prepared spells. I'll just take out one of the other ones.
No, I think I lied.
I'm trying to solve this from Ismark's end too, Samuel. Sorry.
Yeah. If Ismark has any magic, that'd be like.
I have an
super.
axe.
I
have an axe?
kind of lost Ismark, so I'm trying to find Ismark.
Wizard.
Go, Ismark.
What do you have? Message is a cantrip. You can't switch cantrips, can you?
Oh yeah, you can. It's just a prepared spell.
Yeah.
Not unless it's a level change.
Yeah, I don't know if
really?
you can swap out your cantrips
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Because you don't have number of
Sorry?
cantrips per day or whatever.
Oh, sorry. I guess I was mistaken about that. I didn't realize that worked that way. That's my bad.
Yeah, she doesn't have that then.
No, I don't really have anything great for.
Well, and
Ismark-
he would be the
Ismark
one that would
doesn't
have
either.
to cast it.
Yeah, Ismark doesn't have anything either.
I picked War Priest. It's all like fighty stuff,
Damn it!
healy stuff.
Rhiannon has locate object.
At this point, Erwin kind of starts looking around the room, and he says, "I had a," and he finds on the shelf over there. He finds a horn, and he says, "Could blow into this horn."
The Horn of Gondor.
We'd probably be able to recognize that easier than we would a raven.
Yeah.
Bones. I mean, because there's so many other ravens. It would get lost in the shuffle and be confused.
Right.
Sure. Okay, fine.
There's only one horn,
Only
Whatever,
one horn.
man.
unless the ravens are playing horns.
All
Well,
right,
yeah, give that to Ismark.
horn. All right, Ismark takes the horn. So
I'm switching out one of Rhiannon's prepared spells,
legit.
and we can deal with it. Just something that might help us in a big way.
Yeah, I'd prepared a bunch of spells for her too because I thought it was in D&D Beyond. Emily, looking at you. All
Well,
right.
trouble.
So we then head off to Castle Ravenloft. You make your way down the main road.
Making my way
you've
down.
been on running
Sang
through
that at
Barovia.
karaoke last night.
And
saw
where you would have had split left to head to the Wizard of Wines, where you previously were. Instead, you're going to split right and begin heading up the escapement that leads to the castle. As you begin heading up the escapement that leads to the castle, you see the drawbridge ahead of you, just lower down, and you see.
What noise does it make?
Wait.
Got it.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. Yep. Somebody clip that in the chat.
Well, as we
And-
get closer,
Yep.
Rhiannon's going to start the timer because we don't want Ismark to be seen. Period.
Right.
So as we get closer, like maybe, I don't know, 100, 200 feet away, she's going to cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
I don't know if her spell slots are accurate or what level that is. I don't know how to play a caster.
It's a good crash course.
Yeah.
We'll just assume this is happening, but as you begin to approach the castle, you see that in the two guard towers, there's torches lit, but what you thought were guards are just wooden mannequins placed in the
Oh,
tower.
shit.
There's no one in the guard towers.
Oh, and as she casts invisibility, she tells us, Mark, you cannot attack anything. You just sneak around.
All right. And you all make your way across the drawbridge. You make your way across this wooden and iron drawbridge, and looking down on either side as you go is a chasm that only gets deeper and deeper as you approach the castle. You imagine that somewhere up near Ravenloft, the drop below on this cliff is somewhere near 1,000 feet.
Mute the mic.
Oh, the cat. Okay. I was like, what? I was like, I'm talking. Anyway, so the drop on either side of the bridge can be upwards of somewhere near 1,000 feet. It would be impossible to survive.
Oh, good.
As you enter the
So
courtyard
don't fall down that.
outside the castle, you see a thick, cold fog swirl through the courtyard as sporadic flashes of lightning seem to crack overhead as the sky just fills with dark, dark clouds as the world that was kind of a warm hue from the setting sun just grows to be a dark, cold, now rainy place as the rain begins to pelt down, just raining all over the place. You see torches fluttering on either side of the main keep door in front of you. Warm light spills out of the entrance as the doors just begin to break open. And as your carriage stops, silence. Nothing but the sound of the rain echoes through the courtyard.
Wow, talk about an inviting place, huh?
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Mhm.
They rolled out the
Can't
red
wait for
carpet
dinner.
for us.
Is there like anybody else around, or is it just us?
As your carriage comes to a stop, you hear nothing other than the sound of your own horses in the rain.
Did we take this carriage or did he send it for us?
It was the one from the winery?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
it's like a cart, more like. So we're all soaking wet. Hooray!
Mm-hmm. Above the main door to the castle is a large, round window framed in iron with broken glass panes throughout. The massive castle walls probably go up 90 feet before the roof starts to even slope on the first level, and the entire doorway you can see has a space above it for a portcullis that can drop down and block the entire thing.
Good.
Great. That's great.
Okay. Feeling good about our choices this far.
Let's find the door. Wet out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in front of you and wide open. There's light spilling out.
Perfect.
I'm not
All
afraid. Are you guys afraid? I'm totally not afraid.
I ain't afraid.
No,
of
I'm not actually. No, and I'm gonna whisper to the air because I don't know if he's still there. To Ismark, good luck.
He whispers back, "Good luck, my friends." And you hear, as he moves away, the splashing of his footsteps as he moves.
Yeah,
through the
so we
courtyard.
need to get out of the cart to make sure we can kind of cover up that
Yeah.
sound for him.
So as you get out of the
Very
cart
clumsily,
and
very
approach the
clumsily.
doors,
Splish, splash, splish, splash.
making as much noise as you possibly can on the way, you see the ornate outer doors of the castle just flung open. They're flanked by beautiful flittering torches and iron sconces. They're set 20 feet on the inside of the castle, which you can see them flanking another set of doors. Essentially doors
All right.
on doors.
I
Set
go up
to,
and I
yeah.
knock on the
Doors and
door.
doors.
Doors on doors. There's no knocking. They're wide open.
Oh, they're wide open. Great. Well, I do anyway, just to announce our presence. That's polite.
As you walk through the first set of doors, the second set of doors breaks open and swings open for you as well.
Just
And as you
with
enter,
no apparent source.
no apparent source.
Oh, hooray. Does the
As-
first set stay open?
Yes. And as you enter this first room, you look above you and you see 4 stone dragons just surrounding, glaring down at you.
Okay.
And you go through the second
And I'll
set
look
of
at my-
doors.
I'll look at my party. Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
As you go through
Wasn't
the,
there
One
something
thing at
for-
a time, Nane.
as you enter through the second set of doors, the last of you that comes through it, you hear as the portcullis slams down. And the first set of doors slams shut. The second set of doors slams shut.
I
We're dead,
expect
y'all.
much.
This
Looking-
was fun.
Looking about the entry space that you now find yourselves in, you see cobwebs stretched between the columns that support the massive vaulted ceiling. The dusty hall is lit by sputtering torches, just in more iron sconces. The torches kind of cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles you see lining the top of the room, sitting just below some very cracked and faded fresco paintings that seem to just be falling apart with decay. The double doors to your east are closed. They're bronze. To the north is a very wide staircase that just climbs up into the darkness. And there is a lit hallway to the south that contains another set of bronze doors which at this point swing open. And you begin to hear sad yet majestic organ music playing gently in the background.
Huh.
Is he jamming or what?
I
You-
bless the rains down and out.
Oh man.
As you begin to take in this entire scene, you notice an elf with dark brown skin and long black hair descend the incredibly wide staircase coming out of the darkness. You don't hear him make a single sound. He wears a gray cloak over some black studded armor and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. He looks at you and he says, "My master is expecting you." And he
Well,
motions towards the open door where the organ music is coming from.
is he the one playing the organ? I say.
Yes, he is. He's expecting you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, he
I
did
go
invite
in?
us. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So-
Let's go.
All right. So you all make your way through the door to the south. As you make your way through the door, the elf slides in behind you and grabs the doors and pulls them shut.
Nane will say, "Oh, so he was the one closing the doors."
You enter another room, another large room. Torchlight flutters against the walls. Another massive vaulted ceiling. To the east, there is an archway that stretches 20 feet, ending in a spiral staircase that appears to go up and down. Next to the hallway, there is a suit of armor. It is well oiled, glistening. It stands at attention in a little shallow alcove set into the wall. To the west, there is a large double door that hangs slightly open. A steady, bright light escapes through the opening of it, and organ music begins to swell as it gets louder and more intense. It loses the sadness and starts to become something very dramatic. But the melody of power and defeat seems to seep into the hall you are in.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess we keep going.
I whisper
Yeah.
over to Rhiannon that my father never felt the need to show off his wealth with such tackiness. And then I keep
La-di-da.
going.
I mean, yeah, I guess we keep going.
Okay. As you open the next set of brass doors, the light spills through and kind of hits you like a flood, as this room is the first brightly lit room you've walked into. The light hits you like a wall. You're blinded for a moment. As everything suddenly comes to a focus, you see three enormous, brightly lit chandeliers hanging at the top of this massive chamber. There are pillars of stone that stand against very dull, white marbled walls that support the ceiling. In the center of the room, there's a long, heavy table covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table has spread all across it all kinds of delectable foods: roast beasts, breads, vegetables, fruits, all kinds of tantalizing sweet and savory sauces. Pretty much anything you could have imagined would be served at this dinner is being served
Dude,
at this
Nane
dinner.
is at the blacksmith all day, and he just like slowly starts leaning towards this table.
There's a place set for each of you at the table, set with fine, delicate china and silver. Each place is a goblet already filled with amber liquid. You smell very tantalizing fragrances come up from this dinner table. At the center of the far west wall, set between two floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands the massive organ you've been hearing play. Its pipes blare out the thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, raptured in ecstasy as he pounds the keys, is Count Strahd. And suddenly, the music stops, and he turns around on the organ bench.
And I go.
And a deep silence falls over the entire room. And Ani starts clapping.
Yeah,
He's
I
raptured in
don't-
ecstasy there for a while.
Nice.
Yeah, no
Definitely
kidding.
don't clap.
Strahd looks at you for a moment and he says, "Welcome. Welcome. I am glad to see you took my invitation. Sit.
Me too,
Sit.
says Nain, looking at the table.
And he motions. He motions and invites you to sit, and gets up himself and sits himself at the head of the table.
I sit as far away from him as I can.
Okay.
So it's
I'll
like
sit.
us at this giant table. It's just like the 5 of us and Strahd.
And Strahd. Yep.
So we
I'm
have to
gonna
like
sit.
shout to.
I'm gonna sit
Well, I
as
mean, you're
close as I-
sat around the thing. Yeah.
I'm going to sit as close as I can to the largest piece of meat.
Yeah. He looks and he says, "This one's hearty." That was a terrible accent. I'm not going to use that accent. I'm sorry.
Wait, did Strahd say all of that?
Yeah. No, he said all of that.
God, Strahd sounds just like Trey.
Anyway, so he begins. He says, "Eat, enjoy. You are my
Skeptical.
guests."
I don't. Yeah.
You don't eat?
So, Nain, as you dive in,
forget.
Nain, I assume you're just not questioning this at all.
Oh, yeah. As
Yeah,
soon as
no.
you said eat,
Yeah.
I'm just in.
Yeah, you just dive in. You grab
It's like halfway there before.
you grab the roast
Oh, yeah.
beast and you take a bite out of the leg you got from him. It is the most moist, delicious, well-seasoned meat you've ever had in your life. You want to die in this
No, I'm
pile
raptured
of
in
meat.
ecstasy.
Oh yeah. And the wine, oh my God, the wine is so
You
good.
got any more of this wine?
It is the perfect amount of sweet and dry and seems fairly effective.
Okay.
Fuck
Oh
yeah,
no! Oh no! You can't get drunk.
Yeah. Oh, too late.
Strahd says, "Good. I'm glad you are enjoying. I have asked you here because I have a proposal.
A what?
A proposal.
Oh,
Proposal. I thought you said a bosun.
I thought you said a puzzle.
I also have a bosun and a puzzle.
Proposal.
Proposal puzzle.
He says, I have been watching you.
Creep.
I believe that we can help each other. I would like to make you an offer. There is a young woman that I seek. And I also wish you to leave Barovia. So I feel as though if we could come to terms,
What does that have to do with the
then we
woman
could
you
get
seek?
along. My desires for her are my own.
Creepy.
Oh, but
God.
like you said, you wanted to make a deal. So there's a lady you want, and you want us to leave. Do we need to help you get this lady, or you just need us to leave?
Both. I would like you to help me get her and to leave.
What are you offering us?
I will let you leave. And I will
say
let
a
you
way
live.
out.
Oh, I see. So we get you the woman, you get us out of Barovia.
Correct.
Oh.
Mm. I grab a turkey leg.
Who is the woman?
He kind of glares at you and he says, I believe you already know who I'm after. You've been helping her brother.
Wait, they're siblings?
But he's got like a mouthful of turkey.
Clearly a full stomach, but not a full head.
Oh.
Wait.
Well, Strahd, I think maybe I do know who you're talking about. And I'm thinking that maybe I don't want to betray my new friend. So why should we give her up to you at all?
Oh, because I will kill you.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I guess that's one way to put it then. All right, great and powerful Strahd. How long do we have to bring this woman to you?
I would like her here tonight.
Well, I don't know if that's going to
tonight
fly.
is tonight. Like we already had plans tonight, and it was to eat right now.
Well, then by all means, eat. You can bring her here when you're done.
But then that's sleeping time.
Oh, but
How about morning?
I don't think you understand. I would have
I
you
don't.
home in your beds before the end of the day. Wouldn't have to be here. You wouldn't
We
have to
don't have
live
a
in this
home.
cruel,
I don't
cold
have a
place.
Why do you need our help? I mean, aren't you super good at being an evil dude? Like, why would you need us to help you capture one lady?
Yeah, if you're really all that powerful, I think you could just go get her yourself, right?
He
Or like have
he
evil
just-
minions to help you? Don't you have evil
Yeah.
minions?
He begins to glare at you and he says,
You have. We've fought them.
"You know the reasons. I cannot get her myself."
Oh. Uh-oh, someone's ego got hurt.
No.
Bones does not say that out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should.
She says the uh-oh, but she doesn't say the rest. I mean, table talk real quick. Are we just going to agree to do this thing and then figure the rest out later?
I don't
Like,
really see
yeah.
that we have another option. I mean, what are we going to straight up tell him no? Like, we're not ready for this.
Yeah, we can't tell him no because he'll kill us. So we have to tell him yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
And then just
you can
not fucking
continue
do
on
it.
what you're doing and maybe like try to barter like 24 hours or something.
Nah, like he needs her here in the nighttime for some.
That's why I'm saying 24 hours instead of like in the morning.
Oh, I see what you mean.
He wants her here tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I look knowingly at my friends, and I look back at Strahd. I'm like, well, sorry, Strahd, I don't think we're going to give her to you. So, fuck you.
Oh,
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Good test my new armor.
Strahd looks at you and he says, that I think something blew up. That's weird. That was a
Oh my
scary-
God, I thought that was in game.
That
I
was
was
a-
like,
that
oh
was
God,
a-
he's like summoning people.
That was a scary noise. He said,
Trey's getting swatted.
he
Not funny.
Not funny.
he says, well, that is very unfortunate to hear. I wish you the best of luck with all of your future endeavors.
Oh no.
And with that, he vanishes in a cloud of smoke.
Oh boy.
Just black smoke. And you hear echo in the room as he leaves. Enjoy dinner. It will be the last.
Like the
How
last
long have we
dinner
been here?
ever?
What was that? Like a 5-minute dinner?
And the room just goes dark as all the torches go out.
Cool.
But the food is still here.
The food's totally still there.
Okay, good. I grab another turkey leg.
Okay. I cast light on my goblet so I can at least see a little bit.
All right. And that is where we will pause until next time.
Oh God.
Oh
damn
my
it.
God.
Dark room, trapped in Castle Ravenloft,
With a
With a
bunch of
big
food.
having just pissed off a vampire.
Nain elbow deep in potato salad.
Nain elbow deep in potato salad.
Yeah, I found Strahd's terms to be unacceptable, and I let him know.
Hey, man.
Well, how about that?
Perfectly
I
fine.
couldn't think of a way around it.
In a
so-
lawful, neutral way, where I was like,
Right.
I ain't giving up my friend, fuck you.
That
Maybe not
doesn't
quite
work
lawful
for me,
good.
so.
It's not quite lawful good.
I,
where it's like, I'm
uh,
not giving up my friend. Now you will die for justice.
having stopped the game session, I will say I was very curious what you guys would do there. I the entire session I've been sitting here with thinking, are they going to just give her up so they can go home, or are they just
Ow!
going to like let this happen? What's going to happen here?
Ow!
So
No, Ani and Groy would not have let that happen.
all right, so that's where we are,
Oh,
trapped in the dark in Castle Ravenloft.
There you go.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
You will officially be Strahd's playthings. I hope you're ready.
Hey,
I'm so ready. My body's ready.
I really don't think I'm ready.
I may be pretty ready. I got
So
some-
just a reminder to everybody watching, make sure you go to Twitch and follow us. Click the little heart at the top of the page. Like we said earlier, once we get to 100 followers on our Twitch channel, we're going to do a giveaway of a hardcover PHB and a set of dice. We'll pick randomly from our followers, so you have to be a follower. And the sooner that we get to 100 followers, the quicker we'll do that giveaway. So make sure you tell all your friends about all of our content that we're doing.
Yeah. This was another fun session of this. It was kind of role play heavy, but that was okay. I think we got to a fun place, and next week the fun begins.
forgot voting
yeah.
weird as
Yeah.
shit.
We're gonna die.
You all also level up to 5 because I don't think I don't think we leveled up after the Wizard of Wines fight, so we're gonna go to 5.
Oh, shit.
Oh, thank
so,
God.
yep.
I was really hoping you'd
We'll
let
go
us
to
do
5. And
Nice.
yeah, so next week we will begin the battle versus Strahd and his minions,
Oh shoot!
which
That's
should
cool.
be incredibly interesting. I think we'll
Let's
have
do it.
2 to 3 more sessions of Ravenloft, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I didn't say it at the top of the thing, but for anyone still hanging out, we tend to take pre-written modules from Wizards of the Coast and then embellish upon them, and I like to slam a bunch of different stuff together to make up our own campaign storyline. So what you're seeing is a mashup of several different pre-generated modules all kind of run together to make up something entirely new. It's kind of fun.
Cool.
With that, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Twitch, and we have a pretty sweet Facebook page. Yeah, Colleen manages the Facebook. Whoop, she's over there. Colleen manages the Facebook page, and and she does a great job digging up all of the RPG memes possible. And yeah, so we will see you next week for
Nice.
more Attack of Opportunity, more Castle Ravenloft, and probably some people's gonna die.
Oh shit!
We're all gonna die.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right.
God.
Bye.
Bye.